Hey guys, what's going on? Brian London here. You guys know what to do. As always, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Today we got a few different stories. Of course, the Premier League is back. Let me know what you guys thought of the return. But yeah, let's get into today's video. So to start us off, Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich personally contacts Kai Havertz to make 90 million transfer pitch. And of course, that means that we are looking to sign Kai Havertz from Leverkusen. And apparently Abramovich has been in contact. He personally, I think it was a call. I'm not sure if it mentions it in this article. Apparently he called him on the phone. We're battling a bunch of people for the German international who's taken the Bundesliga by storm since last month's restart. Chelsea are attempting to get their summer transfer business done early. We already got Hakim Ziyech. We're trying to strengthen with Havertz. He is one of our attacking options that we're looking to get. United and Real Madrid are interested, while Liverpool boss Klopp is an admirer, but the potential price tag is likely to put off the Chiefs at Anfield. According to Sport Buzzer, Abramovich is eager to bring Havertz to Stamford Bridge and got in touch with the 23-year-old to pitch the transfer to him. Wow, can't even read today. It is claimed the Russian billionaire is ready to pay Leverkusen's £90 million, €100 million asking price, but would aim to recoup some of the fee by selling Kante and Jorginho. So that's basically the situation. It's very, very good that we're seeing that Roman Abramovich is sort of taking things into his own hands and is, like looking to make the move happen. It says here it's unlikely to do the trick because he wants to move to La Liga. I don't personally know how realistic that is. I think he will be looking at every option. Of course, if Real Madrid are after him, that will be one of his targets to go to. But I certainly don't think we're out of the question, and I think we're currently at the stage in negotiations as everyone else is. Bayern apparently are not going to be able to do the deal at all due to financial issues. We can move into the next story then, which is also about Kai Havertz, and we're about 20 million away from Bayer Leverkusen's asking price for Kai Havertz. So 70 million, it says here. It says the valuation of Havertz 20 more than Chelsea would be hoped to pay for, around 70 million, the report said. So Chelsea have bid 70 million, which isn't a bad bid. I see a lot of people saying that, like, we're disrespecting Leverkusen by offering that much. We're disrespecting Kai Havertz. Like, it's not a good look to go in and bid low, because then Leverkusen are going to be like annoyed by it or something. Like, I don't buy into that at all. Like, that's how business works. You would never just go in like in a bidding war at the top. Like, it just doesn't make sense. If you're paying a release clause or something like that, like we have with Timo Werner, then it makes sense. Yeah, you just pay the fee because you know other people are interested. That's the only price he's going to be going for, so you just pay the fee. But when it's a bidding scenario, you do not just go in at the top and just say, you know what, yes, 90 million, like, because you want to try and pay the least amount of millions of pounds as possible. Of course, this isn't our money, as in like the fans, so we do have to consider that, you know, the club does have an interest to not just spend an extra 20 million like it's nothing. So Chelsea want to pay about 70 million, which I do think is a very fair fee. Like, considering we paid 50 around there for Timo Werner, Kai Havertz is around the same level, I would say. He's obviously a lot younger, has the potential ceiling to get very, very high. But 70 million is not a bad bid at all. I could definitely see that doing the trick. But it does seem that they're not going to be accepting it. They do want to push for around that 90 million mark, which is fair on their behalf. You know, they have no obligation to sell as of yet. Kai Havertz obviously is a great talent, and I think they realize that they're going to lose him, so they're not, you know, they're not setting their hopes on getting him to a new contract, because I think they know that's not going to be the case. And they're willing to let him go, but it does have to be at the right price. And I'm happy to see that Chelsea have put the bid in. Of course, the article we looked at previously does say that Roman Abramovich is willing to pay the 90 million. And that he's been in contact to try and, you know, convince him, like, Chelsea's a place to be. We got a good project. We got a good manager. We're going to win the league in this next 3-year plan that we've got going. So, you know, there's a lot attracting Kai Havertz to Chelsea, but it will be a difficult one because we're up against the likes of Real Madrid. And everyone knows that when Real Madrid come knocking, most players end up going. We saw it with Hazard for us. There's plenty of other players across the years, like Luka Jovic has gone there, and he was, you know, one that we wanted to bring in. I do think, though, that Real Madrid and those sort of clubs, like, they aren't... You see a lot at the moment that they seem to be bringing players in at a young age, and then they can't really get the best out of them, and then they end up selling them on. And personally, obviously I'm biased, but I think a move to Chelsea makes so much more sense for him because he will be a top guy here. He'll be one of the top dogs at the club. Whereas if he goes to Real Madrid, he's just another, you know, drop in the ocean. and you never know how the fans are going to react to you. Like, fans over there are bad, basically. So, you know, I was going to say ruthless, but ruthless implies that there's some sort of like justifying like element to it, whereas I personally just think Real Madrid fans are bad. They are just disrespectful fans. So, you know, it's going to be a much more welcomed at Chelsea. It's a better city. Like, London is an absolutely amazing place. So many people come to like clubs like, not so much Arsenal and Tottenham anymore, but like Chelsea, because of the location, because of where you are, like the stature of London. It's an amazing place. So I really do think we're in for a chance. Do I think that 70 million will do it? I think it'll creep up a little bit. I could see somewhere between 80 and 85 million probably. But if Abramovich is willing to just pay the fee up front and do a similar thing with Timo Werner, just say, yep, we're paying it, boom, let's go, then maybe it'll happen. Then on to the next story. UEFA confirmed Champions League decision that affects Hakim Ziyech ahead of Chelsea transfer and does affect Timo Werner, but it's not mentioned in the article there. But they've confirmed that 5 subs will be allowed and a bunch of other stuff. But the more important section here, it says UEFA confirmed that teams will be allowed to register 3 new players on their list A for the remainder of the 1920 season, but clubs can only have players who are already registered and eligible for the club since the last registration deadline. So obviously Hakim Ziyech, Timo Werner, they'll be joining us at the end of the month, but they will not. They weren't available to be registered back on the previous deadline at the beginning of the season. So we will not be able to have Timo Werner or Hakim Ziyech playing, which is the expected outcome of all this. We weren't expecting to have them playing for us, but it's a shame because it would have been really different and exciting with the whole mini tournament that they're doing if it could have gone through. But sadly, it's not going to be the case. We will have to deal with our team as it is. And of course, with the talks of Willian and Pedro not playing out the rest of the season with us, it could leave us very light on the wings and in a bit of attacking power and squad depth. So it's going to be a tricky end to the season. If we don't see Pedro and Willian stick with us for the rest of the season, this is going to be a very difficult end to the season because we'll have Callum Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic as our wingers. We might have to see some youth guys promoted, or we're going to see the likes, you know, Mason Mount or Ruben playing on the wings. We've seen them there or thereabouts a few times throughout their careers, so it's possible we'll see them out wide. But it does cause problems. But basically, this article, nope, no Timo Werner or Hakim Ziyech in the Champions League, unfortunately. And then following on from that last section there is a young winger within our club that we are looking to promote to potentially play for the first team, just in case Willian and Pedro do not agree to their deals, which seems to be how it's going to go. And the young winger is called Tino Livramento. I've heard the name a few times, but I've never actually seen him play. But he is part of our training squad ahead of the Premier League return. He's 17 years old. He's impressed at youth level. He signed his first professional contract in November with the Blues. He can play in several positions. For the younger teams, he's shifted between right back, wing back, and also a winger. He has natural speed and skill and has proved dangerous when on the front foot and getting at defenders. It's unlikely he'll get a chance in the first team, with Lampard still hoping that Willian and Pedro sign extensions on their deals. However, we have extended it to have 5 substitutes per match with 9 players out on the bench, which is pretty cool. I like that they've done that. I'd be interested in seeing that being a thing in general. I think it could really sort of keep games exciting because obviously you can bring on fresh players and that can keep a game fresh rather than players getting all tired and, you know, causes problems. Pulisic and Callum Hudson-Odoi can feature heavily, while Ruben and Mason have the ability to play on the wings, like I mentioned previously. So all that, you know, is very good that we've got this youth guy coming through. Heard good things about him, but consider that like Callum Hudson-Odoi and Christian Pulisic would be our only wingers, okay? Like our, you know, actual wingers. Ruben and Mason can play there. So if that's the situation, Callum Hudson-Odoi and Christian Pulisic have both been quite injury-prone this season. We've seen Pulisic be out for a very long time. And of course, Callum had that awful injury that kept him out for ages, and he's had a couple little problems coming back. Like he had a training and injury the other day, I'm pretty sure. So what's going to happen if they get injured? Of course, you know, there's the opportunity for this youth player to come in and Ruben and Mason to play there, but we're not going to have out-and-out wingers. And a lot of people are very accepting that Willian and Pedro are leaving, and I understand, like, vaguely, yes, you know, it is their career and all that, but like to play for just the remainder of the season, to not commit to doing that really does go the wrong way with me. I understand it's their career, you know, it's their choice, but I can't see how you wouldn't just say, you know what, yeah, I'll play an extra few weeks just to see the season out, You know, I've given a lot to the club's given a lot to me. Like, these guys aren't, a lot of people are saying like they've served the club for like X amount of years. They haven't served, they've been paid very, very well to do a job that they're supposed to be doing. And it's crazy to me that they aren't willing to stick around and see out the season. It puts us in a very dodgy position. So if we don't make Champions League because we, you know, have injuries to our wingers and stuff, I would be holding them partially responsible, and it would suck because it's going to leave a bit of a bitter taste in my mouth. But I do think that is the unpopular opinion in all this. I'm seeing a lot of people being very accepting of it, and I wish them all the best and all that sort of stuff, of course. But it is a very dodgy one for me. Like, if people's argument of like, oh, they might get injured before they move to, you know, their next club, you could say the same for like when the January transfer window comes up. A player's just going to say, you know what, nah, I'm not going to play in December because I don't want to risk getting injured because I'm pretty sure I'm getting transferred out in January. Like, it's just a bit of a weird concept to me. It doesn't sit right with me. I hope they sign to stay, but I don't think it's going to happen. But that's going to be the end of the video, guys. So if you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, all that good stuff. If you want me to answer any questions, leave them down in the comment section down below and I'll get to it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.